Hello, and welcome to Anna's Journey here on Blog Talk Radio. I am your show's host, Anna Renault, and this show is a little bit different than our normal shows. I often sit at home with my feet propped up on my coffee table as I relax on my sofa, but today we are actually locating at the Maryland Colabs, which is located at 505 Eastern Boulevard in Essex, East Baltimore County, Maryland. And I'm here live with David Wren, and we're going to be talking a lot about the Maryland Colabs. And in the process of doing this show, we're actually being videotaped. So if I get just a little bit nervous, know that I do radio because I'm not a big camera person. So we'll see how today's show goes. As my listeners who listen in on a regular basis know that I always ask that you have paper and pencil handy so that you can jot down some information that you might refer back to. Certainly some names, numbers, email addresses, phone numbers, and that sort of thing. But also remember the shows are recorded, so you can always go back and listen to the replay. I also always recommend that people share the link to the show with your family, friends, and guests so that they can listen to the show. The replays are available shortly after we end the show, and they're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on blogtalkradio.com/Anna, A-N-N-A, hyphen, Renault, R-E-N-A-U-L-T. My airtime sponsor today is going to be me, Anna's Journey. That gives me just a few seconds to say that I happen to be a published author. I have 10 books out. My first book is Anna's Journey, How Many Lives Does One Person Get? And that book is actually what launched the radio show Anna's Journey. I thoroughly enjoy my journey. My life has been very interesting, many ups, many downs, and you never know what's going to happen next. So check out my website, annarenault.com, for more information about me, where I write, and what I write. And as I said, today's show we're doing live here at the Maryland Colabs, and my guest is David Wren. Hi Dave, how are you?
Great, Anna. Thank you for having me on the show.
I think this is something unique and different, and never knowing what my journey is going to take me, why not be here and do a live show?
Yep. We
We have done, I believe, 2 other shows here where I've done one and Jean has done one. We've got a couple of videos.
And then you've also done another show. Didn't you do some interviews here also?
I've done some other radio shows here, but never being videotaped. We certainly did Patrick Mason, who is the national anthem singer who travels around the country singing the national anthem for both Canada and the U.S. at football games, hockey games, baseball games. He was just at the Orioles game a week ago. He also, when he's at Oriole Park on Sundays, gets to sing God Bless America. So Patrick has a beautiful tenor voice, and it was wonderful having him here at the Colabs and having him sing live for us at the end of the show. So that was really interesting.
He does have an incredible voice.
He does have an incredible voice, and it's just amazing the people that I cross paths with and get a chance to interview. And again, Anna's Journey is just that. It's part of my journey. It gets me to meet great people, interview different genres of authors, different types of businesses. So I think it's a really good marketing tool for anyone who is in a small business or even a large business. Every Wednesday I do radio shows for MedStar Health, which is a local health conglomerate here in the Maryland, D.C., Virginia area. They have 10 hospitals. I think that's a pretty big company that I do radio shows for. And that's usually the first, third, and fourth Wednesday of every month. All of the shows are recorded, so people can go back and get plenty of free medical information via my radio shows. So you never know where Anna's Journey is going to lead. I do schedule the shows at the convenience usually of myself, and usually, most often, for the convenience of my guests. It doesn't have to be a set time because a lot of people listen to the show in replay. Replay is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. My goal is to get the message out. So Dave, tell us a little about who you are.
So I'm Dave Wren. I'm the managing partner here at the Maryland Colabs. I also have 2 other businesses, Computer MD, which I started 12 years ago, and I also have a coaching business, Success Mentor, that I started last August. and we just opened up the Maryland Colabs in January.
Well, it's interesting that most of the entrepreneurs that I meet rarely have just one business. I don't know, are we super talented, super energetic, or just really good at what we do? But we have all these talents, and we really are dedicated using those talents. So you said, first of all, that you're the managing partner here at the Colabs. And since we're sitting here at this beautiful, wonderful place, talk to me about the Colabs. What is the Maryland Colabs?
So, the Maryland Colabs is a place where you can get business done. So it's a place committed to your business success, a valuable resource to actually improve our community. So not only is it a place for people to do business here, but also to do business with the businesses that are already here in Essex, and also do business with the community.
So it's a business within a business within a business community.
Correct. And not just Essex, but this whole Dundalk, Essex, Middle River, Chase, this whole area, which is really huge.
And I happen to be pushing the fact that I have some friends that are really considered maybe outside the immediate area, Dundalk, Essex, Middle River, White Marsh area, that this would be the perfect place for them to have an extension office or an outreach office. They might be in Harford County, they might be in Arundel County, Glen Burnie. Travel here, build up your business here if you want to expand your business. It's not a hard thing to do. It's a perfectly affordable way to expand your business.
Yes, it's an excellent way to expand without incurring a lot of overhead on having a satellite office. And also, this is a safe place for people to explore their dreams. So really, just to, if you're really thinking about starting a business, because there was nothing like this 12 years ago when I first started my business.
And you wish they would have it.
I was looking for it. I was looking for what I thought of as a co-op, a place where I could, meet an accountant or bookkeeper or a web designer. I was looking for those businesses.
People that you needed to partner with
to help build my business,
run your business.
Run my business. So when I started, I was a founding member of another space, and then about 6 months ago, I saw this space open up here in Essex, and I said, this is an opportunity to start the first one.
It's been more than 6 months, Dave.
Is it 6 months?
I met you in November, and
So
that
then-
was 7 months ago.
Okay, 7 months. So 7 months.
And you had seen it
so
before
about
that.
8, 9 months. Yeah, so it's
It's
been
getting up there.
It is.
It's getting
Wow.
up there.
Time's just flying.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and
But isn't it awesome to see what you have managed to create within that period of time? First, you saw an empty building that needed to be filled.
Yeah, it was really interesting because I was standing outside the doors and I said, okay, if I'm going to do this, what do I want to create? And I wanted to be different than any other, office suite. There's the Reguses of the world. They have their function, but I really wanted to have something for the small business entrepreneur, business owner to have available to them the collaboration that goes along here at Maryland Colabs. So it's really a collaborative community.
And we do collaborate.
Oh, we
There
do.
is no doubt about that. But before we get into that,
Okay.
so explain to people that are listening who might be looking for an office. Some of us have home offices, which are very good. But I don't usually take people to my house to interview for
Right.
the newspaper. And I've done a couple of interviews here where I've had people come here and interview them for the paper. It's not unacceptable to use a local restaurant, but it's not always the most convenient place. It's not always the most quiet place.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly when I was interviewing Johnny Oshevsky Jr. for his position that he's running for Senate here in Maryland, that's not the kind of thing that you want to do an interview in a public restaurant kind of setting. So this was a perfect professional business office setting that I could use as a member.
Right.
So we have this collaborative workspace, and we had somebody walking in the door, so we're going to send somebody over to the door to see who walked in. That's one of the issues of having a live show, especially on camera. But So we have these members, they come in, they can use the open space, we can use the private offices, we can use the workshop space. What
Yeah,
is
so-
here that the member, that if I
So-
wanted to be a member, what would I get?
Great question. So here's what you get being a member of the Maryland Colabs. So you get access to the main space, which is Monday through Friday from noon to 9, and Saturday 11 to 9. And then we have shared offices. So no one has their own office, but you can schedule office time or conference room time or workshop time. So if you need a bigger space like the back workshop, to do a workshop or CPR classes that we have here, you can schedule that time. We have Wi-Fi, we have black and white printing for free. You get 20 color prints or copies per month. We have coffee and tea. You get 6 hours in the big offices per month, and you get 5 hours in the conference rooms per month, or the workshop area. You have a professional business address, and also if you don't have your own PC, we actually have a PC here you can use 10 hours a month. And then also we have, along with that, member benefits. So one is business cards at a discount.
Yes.
Yes. Videos at
Yes.
20% off. Coaching at 50% off. Radio shows like
Like
you do
this?
already, like this. And that's what we have for member benefits.
And yeah, there's a big benefit you didn't mention. These are the tangible things.
Right, these are
We
the
have
tangible,
the Wi-Fi, we have the printing, we have the use of a computer, we have some discounts. But there is a big benefit that you can't see or touch, and yet we all get it.
And it's hard to explain because it's an experience. So what
We're
happens
experiencing.
Yeah, we're experiencing. So it's really about experiencing, business life here. Just the other night, we had your 5-year celebration of finding out when you had cancer, that
Yep.
you've survived.
Yep.
And what was really phenomenal, what the takeaway for me was that evening was, we close at 9 o'clock, usually. Usually. So it was around 9 o'clock, and everybody was so into their conversations and having such a great time. People didn't start leaving until 10 o'clock, in the
Yeah.
evening. And really, the last person didn't leave until about 10 to 11.
10 to 11.
And it was just really, it was really incredible to experience, and some people said, oh, I'm going to be here for an hour, and they stayed. And, people said, well, I need to go, and they left. But, there were people that, kept saying, well, it's time for me to go, and they kept talking. But it was that experience of just everyone sharing and just having a great time and learning about each other.
The
Networking was just,
connections, the information sharing, it was just fabulous. It was actually the dream that I had planned for the event. Some of the people didn't show, they're lost. But the people who show up and use this space get that intangible
they get that
benefit.
intangible, yes, that benefit.
There were some small business entrepreneurs here who had been trying to connect.
Yeah, and it was great to, it's really interesting when people go, I need to talk to this person, and
There they are.
Yeah, there they are, and that's happened several times now.
Twice with Ginny Robertson
Jenny
of Ginny
Robertson.
Robertson LLC.
And then Anthony, who's he's not a member, but he's one of the members. Lynn, they were having a meeting, and he was talking about this Wendy person, which we found out later is your cousin.
Small world that we live in.
Which has a spa around the corner. Who I was meeting that evening. He goes, I need to see how I can connect to this person. And I said, well, she's showing up this night. I'll introduce you. So these connections are made, and it's just incredible how it's just almost like magic.
And it does seem like magic. It's almost like we have a magic wand here. Bring people together and watch what happens.
Yeah, it
and
is.
it's that intangible benefit that's hard to promote to people who haven't been here, to people who have never experienced a collaborative office space. And I don't know that there's any easy way to describe it. And I think you handle it very well in terms of asking people to be here. Come and